Welcome class. Let's start with a new topic in this new year. And before that, I want to wish you a very happy new year. And all the difficulties should go with this previous year 2020. So let's welcome year 2021. So today we are going to discuss about the second part of this chapter, that is we are discussing in the earlier, that is chapter 11, mensuration. Here we will discuss about the area of different quadrilaterals. Already you know about square. Yes, this is also a quadrilateral. These are the special quadrilateral. Then another one is rectangle. Already you have gone through this one. You know how to find out the area of parallelogram. It is also a special kind of quadrilateral. Now in this part we will discuss about the different quadrilaterals. Already you have little bit idea about the rhombus, how to find out the area of rhombus. You know this one. And the special thing we will discuss here, that is area of trapezium. Okay, and another one for the general quadrilateral, that means any uneven quadrilaterals which don't have any fixed, that means not equal lengths or like that. So when we are coming to discussing these things, we have to go for some general tricks. Okay, and that tricks is, when you are going for any quadrilateral, we can divide this one by putting the diagonals. So when we are drawing the diagonals on this quadrilateral, what actually we are doing, we are dividing this one in triangle, and this method is called triangulation. What? Triangulation. Okay, so let's come to some of the example how we can find out the area by this. Now for that, first example I will take for a trapezium. Okay, so let's come to an example. Here you might have noticed that I have drawn one trapezium, okay, which has been named as WXYZ. Okay, the length of ZY, that is B, and the length of WX, that is has been marked as A, the length of this one. Now I have drawn one perpendicular, that is length of this perpendicular I has taken at H. Okay, that this is angle of 90 degree. Here it is also 90 degree. And from here, from Z, I have drawn this one on WX, and here from Y I have drawn this one on WX. In the both case I have done the same thing. Now you might have noticed what I have got here. I have got one rectangle. This is a rectangle I have got, where the length has been given B. In both the sides you can see opposite sides are B, and these opposite sides are H. Okay, and other than this, what I have got one triangle here. This one triangle I have got, and this side also I have got one triangle. See? So if I am looking for the area of this trapezium, what are the things I am getting? Here I am getting one rectangle and two triangle. Okay, so let's come to that total area, how I can write it. Okay, what is the area of a triangle? You know, already you have gone through this part. When it is a right angle triangle, what is the formula for the area of triangle? Let mark this one. This is triangle 1, this is triangle 2. Okay, so here I will write area of triangle 1. What I can write? Its base is C. So its formula was half into base into height. So let's write it base into height. So base stands for, here it is C. So I will write half into C, and height has been given H. This is the area of triangle 1. Now come to the area of triangle 2. What it will be? Here again I will follow the same formula, and here that base, the length of the base has been given D. So I will write half into D into H. Okay, so I have got the area of 2 of the triangle. Here that base was given D. These two I have got. Okay, the area of 2 triangle I have got. Now what is the formula for the area of a rectangle? All of you know the area of rectangle. Let's name it R. So area of rectangle R, that is equal to what? It is length into breadth, where length has been given B unit, and breadth, that is equal to H. So I have got this one. Now I have got all the area of 3 part. Here I have gone for the triangulation. I have taken out 2 triangle in both the sides, and this is the rectangle. Now I will add all these 3. So what will be the total area? So what I can write? Let's write this one. Here the area of the trapezium WXYZ, that is equal to what? Sum of the 2 triangle. So area of What? First one is triangle 1 plus triangle 2 plus rectangle R. These three things I have to add. So what is the area of the first triangle I have got? It was half into C into H. Then area of the second triangle I had got half into D into H. Okay. And area of the rectangle I have got B into H. So now you can see here from these three, H is common for all. So I will take H as common. So here if I am taking H as common, I am taking out from them. So what is remaining? Half into C plus half into D plus B. Okay. Now let's come to the simplification. What we will get? It is 2. So C plus D plus it is 2B. Okay. So if I am expanding this one, let it be HB here. So that part is C plus D. And this 2B means I can write B plus B by 2. Okay, now you can see here that C plus B plus D. The sum of these three stands for A. Yes or no? See, C, the length of this triangle, the base of the first triangle, it was C. Then that length of this rectangle, it was B. And the base of the second triangle, it was D. So the sum of these three was A. So here, if I am combining these three, what I will get? I can write here, it will be half into H into, this one is A, this one A plus B. So what you have got? A means this the longer side of this trapezium, okay, and this is the shorter side of this trapezium. So what is the formula ultimately we have got in this case? So what will be the area of a trapezium? It is half into height into sum of the parallel side. So what is the formula you have got? I hope you all have understood. The area of a trapezium stands for half into height into sum of the parallel sides. And that height means what? This is the distance between the two parallel sides. You know now that trapezium means it have two parallel sides. So these are the two parallel sides, ZY and WX. So the height stands for the distance between these two parallel lines. Okay, let's come to sum of the, we will discuss about the area of sum of the quadrilaterals. Let's come to the different example. Here I have taken one example of a uneven, that means a general quadrilateral ABCD. Okay, and here one diagonal has been given AC, that is equal to 6 centimeters. And you might have understood what I was telling, that is triangulation. Yes, that thing we will apply here. And for that, what has been given in this question? The height from the opposite vertex to the diagonal. So first one has been given when the diagonal is AC and the opposite vertex is considered as B. So here the height has been given 3 centimeter, and when the opposite vertex is D, then a height has been given 5 centimeters. So what we have to do in this case to find out the area of this general quadrilateral, what we will do? We will go for the area of these two triangles. So let's come to the, then we will find out the sum. If I am adding these two parts, I will get the whole. So area of triangle ABC. Yes. So what is the formula? It's half into base into height. So what is the base? Here the base is the diagonal, that is equal to 6 centimeter, and height it is given 3 centimeter. So let's cancel these two. So what you are getting, that is equal to 9 centimeter square. This is the area of the triangle ABC. First one we have got. Let's come to the second triangle. What is the area you are getting? Area of triangle, it is ADC, where the formula, the same formula we are going to apply here, half into base into height, where base, that means the diagonal, that is equal to 6 centimeter, and height has been given 5 centimeter. We have applied here. So what we are getting, that is equal to 15 centimeter square. Now area of the two different triangle you have got. Let's sum them up. What you will get? The total area or the area of ABCD. So here we can write area of ABCD, that is equal to, we will add the area of, that is equal to area of triangle ABC plus area of triangle ADC. And what it is? That is equal to 9 centimeter square plus 15 centimeter square. These two we will add up. So after adding these two, what we will get? That is equal to 9 centimeter square plus 15 centimeter square. That stands for 24 centimeter square. So the whole area of this quadrilateral is 24 centimeter square. Okay, and tell me what is the area of a rhombus if the two diagonals has been given. So in this case, the area of a rhombus will be half into product of these two diagonal. That means half into d1 into d2. If we are considering the one diagonal is d1 and the another one is d2, so the area of the rhombus will be half into d1 into d2. Okay, let's come to solve. We will solve some difficult level of questions. Come to that part. You all might have gone through this question. What has been given? Again I am reading this one. A trapezium with parallel side of length as 7:3. That is ratio has been given of the parallel sides. The length of the parallel sides is cut from a rectangle 30 centimeter by 4 centimeter. Okay, so that means from a rectangle you are cutting out that parallelogram. Okay, and where the dimension of this rectangle has been given 30 centimeter by 4 centimeter. So what is the area will you get? 30 into 4, that means area of the rectangle will be, here we can write area of the rectangle will be 40 into 3 centimeter square, sorry, 30 into 4, 30 into 4, that is equal to 120 centimeter square. Okay, now come to that second part of this question. To have an area of 1/3 of letter. That means that parallelogram you are taking out, its area will be 1/3 of this one. So what it will be? So area of the arched parallelogram, it will be how much? That is 1/3 of 120 centimeter square. So what you are getting? That is equal to 40 centimeter square you are getting. Okay. Now here you have asked to find out the length of the parallel sides. So what you will do in this case? Okay, let's come to the solution part. Here it is a trapezium which has been given, not parallelogram. It is trapezium. Okay, so let's come to the solution part of this question. What has been asked in that? Here you know that till now when we have discussed about the area of the trapezium, we have come to know that area of a trapezium stands for half into height into sum of the parallel sides. Okay, so what will be the height of this trapezium? Here from this question you will get it. If that dimension of the rectangle has been given, where that breadth has been given 4 centimeters. So here we can consider that height of this trapezium will be 4 centimeter. So we can write that h will be 4 centimeter, yes. But we don't know what will be the length of A and B. But A, let it be 7x and B, let it be 3x, because that ratio has been given over here. So I can consider that the two parallel sides, that is A is 7x and B is 3x. So the sum of these two, I can consider this one, that sum of A plus B, that means sum of the parallel side, that is equal to 7x plus 3x, that is equal to 10x. Let's put this one in the formula. So what you will get? So you know the area of trapezium, that is equal to what we can write? Half into height into sum of the parallel sides. Here we are considering these two as A and B. So it is half into height, we know that is equal to 4 centimeter into this one is 10x, and which is equal to 40 centimeter square. Okay, so let's solve it. What we can get? Yes, it will be 2. So x will be 40 divided by 2 into 10, that much centimeter. So let's cancel. You will get that is equal to 2. So if the value of x stands for 2, so what will be the length of the two parallel sides? So the length of the two parallel sides we can write. So therefore 7x equal to what? 7 into 2, that means 14 centimeter, and 3x, that is equal to 3 into 2, that is equal to 6 centimeter. So your answer, that means the length of two parallel sides will be 14 centimeter and 6 centimeters as per these questions. Okay, let's come to the next example, which is also something like that. Come to the next question. I am writing the question. Here, let's go to the question number 2. The question is, the cross section of a canal is trapezium in shape. If the canal is 10 meter wide at the top and 6 meter wide at the bottom, and the area of the cross section is 72 meters square, you have asked to find out the depth. Okay, so let's come to the question. But here it has been given that it is 10 meter wide at the top and 6 meter wide in the bottom, and it is the shape of this cross section is trapezium. That means what you will get, the top, that upper part of this canal, that is equal to, it is 10 meter wide as per the question, and the bottom, that is equal to 6 meter wide. Okay, now here it has been given that the area of this one, it is given 72 meter square. Okay, and what is not given, you have asked the depth. So depth means what? The distance between the upper part to lower part, that one you have asked. This one we don't know how much it will be, but we know the formula of finding the area of a trapezium. Okay, let's put it, let's see what will happen. So here we can write area of trapezium, that is equal to, what we can write, it is half into then height into sum of the parallel sides. Okay, so here as per the question it has been given height we don't know, I am writing it h, and A and B we know it is 10 meter and 6 meter, so we can write 10 plus 6 meter. Okay, and area has been given, that is equal to 72 meter square. So I can write this one as 72 meters square. Okay, so let's solve. What we will get, here it is 16 by 2 h equal to 72 meter square by meter, you can write it is 8. So h equal to 72 by 8, that means it is 9 meter. So that height, that means the depth here, the depth of this canal will be 9 meter. So as per answer, what we can write, so depth equal to, we will write here the depth of the canal is equal to 9 meter. I hope you can solve this kind of questions. So let's go through the exercise of your NCERT book. All the best.